while Smollett was talking, my friend, brother, ace broadcaster, Yonju Adibite joined us. Yonju, the music merchant. And also to join us, one of our colleagues in broadcasting in TSOS, when we started off in those early days, has also joined us. These days he's no longer doing anything with us on this side of the aisle. He's a professor at the University of Ibadan. Wale Abbas, Professor Wale Abbas is one of those who put this event together. And he was a producer with TSOS too when we were producers. In the meantime, I'd like to invite to the microphone to read an excerpt from one of Tunji's published works. And therefore, I'd like to invite to the microphone Dr. Kolade Mosuro, who will do us the honors of reading a piece that he wishes to from one of Tunji's published works. Dr. Mosuro, sir.
Thank you very much, Yomi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a creative center and a gathering of creative talents. I would like to speak to you this afternoon through Tunji and read a small piece of his. It's actually intended for children, but it's equally applicable to all of us. And so it's taken from his book, Precious Gift, which is a collection of poems for the Nigerian child. It's titled, Always Say Thank You. A thank you is a show of appreciation and gratitude for a kind word or action. For every show of courtesy, always say thank you. For every show of appreciation, always say thank you. For every patronage, always say thank you. If the present is small or big, always say thank you. Whatever the occasion or season, it is one of the golden expressions of peaceful coexistence. It pays to say it. It costs not to say it. So friends, always say thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gathered this afternoon to pay our respects and to say thank you to Tunji.
And I say thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kolade Mosuro. Thank you very much, sir. Still in the mood of readings, I'd like to call one of Tunji's oldest colleagues and soulmates and co-writers to read out of that corpus of work, Tunji's work. Dele Murakio Abajo. While Tunji is Baboshu, this is his Ijon counterpart.
Your Excellency, sir, all the Baba 70s and aspiring Baba and Mama 70s. I want to read this poem because it really reflects Tunji's attitude in life. A while ago when his choice music was being played, we all heard that song made popular by Billy Mike, Pan and Money, and that was Tunji for You. If you got late to any appointment with Tunji, Tunji will look at you. If the appointment was for 12 noon and you get there any time after, Tunji will look at you. He walk his wristwatch on his right hand. He will say, it is just 12 o'clock in your village, Abi. So the poem is titled Time. Time waits for no man. Time is constantly on the move. From dawn to dusk, dusk to dawn. Time journeys without fade. Time has no need for man, but man needs time to keep abreast. Plan your time to fit with time. With time, you will learn to keep with time. So keep alert all the time, not to lag behind in this match of time. Time waits for no man, my friends. That's another piece from Tunji, addressed to children, but I believe we as adults also stand to benefit from it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, indeed. We have one of the videos sent down to us from the US by another friend of the house, Tunji's friend, Reverend Tokwe Kukwala Topsy, sent it, Topsy Realistic, sent this in from the US this morning. I would like to play it back as we prepare to play back a few others. That's Tokwe. Thank you. Let's hear it.
Hello everyone, my name is Tokwe Kukwala, aka Topsy Realistic. I want to just read a short poem in memory, in honor of the memory of our dear friend Tunji Fatilewa. It's an elegy, and I called it Elegy for Tunji. I requested for 20 tubers of Igongo yam and tubers of water yam, 30, accompanied with 40 tubers of yellow yam, just to appease death, so that he would leave our Tunji for us. But death refused. He did not collect the yams. I then asked I asked that they take some hefty goats and a couple of well-fed rams joined with robust sheep, spiced with balls of delicious akara from Oshu, as supplication to the Grim Reaper. Death said unequivocally that its palate craves no such savory meat. What shall we do now, seeing that death is besotted of our dear friend Tunji? This macabre harvester is indeed a kleptomaniac. Ha! Tunji, our very own Tunji. Tall, slender, with the swagger of a palm tree in the rustle of the wind. Tunji, our fine Tunji, whose disarming smile weakens a female's resolve, whose passion for life, for joy, and for excellence infects a weary soul. Whenever you heard the drawling, "Sure, you cannot greet somebody here," know that Tunji was exchanging banter with somebody close by. I spoke to you, Tunji, a few months ago, not knowing it was going to be the last conversation. Ah, Alumuntu, you are very wicked. Tunji has become like the goat that now roams the homestead. The son of Fatilewa has suddenly become like the sheep that wanders around the heath. My friend has become like the lizard that crawls slyly up a wall. The community of thespians grieves. All who know you can only sigh. If we weep buckets full of blood, and we weep 6 water pots full of tears, they are not enough to enable you swim back to the side of the divide, friend. Odigbere, Odarinoko, Tunji, Odojo Alafiri. Bye-bye, friend. We now meet in the imagination and in La La Land until the resurrection of the just. You never ate millipede or earthworm when you were here, so no one dares feed them to you over there. Tunji, quintessential thoroughbred Oshu son. Odabo, already. Bye for now, friend and brother. May heaven grant you blissful, eternal rest and keep the family that you have left behind. God bless you all.
Thank you. That was topsy realistic from the United States of America. We sent that in this morning. We thank you, Odranji Nosira. We also have another from another part of the world, from one of our old friends, Becky Musa. Can we play back Becky's message to us? Yes.
My name is Becky Unwarumi, former Becky Musa, a colleague of Uncle Tunji Fatilewa in NTA. I met Uncle Tunji when I was very young, about 18 years old, I think. And as a producer and director, he really, really encouraged me. One of the things that fascinates me about him is the way he makes you feel at ease and he makes you smile. He's very funny, so I used to laugh a lot when I'm with him. And like Auntie Vic said, when we're living on the War Road, Uncle Tunji will never finish his food. And we always used to make jest of him about that. It was really, really nice knowing him and being my director and one of the people that encouraged me in the acting world. I really appreciated him for that. Uncle Tunji, rest in peace. God bless you. God bless all the committee members for putting this together. In Jesus' name. God bless you. Bye.
Amen. Thank you, Becky. Thank you. A round of applause, please, for Becky Musa. That was a throwback to those early days. We have another throwback in that same direction. And I'm going to allow our ladies of old to come back and say their farewells to Tunji. The next person we're bringing in is the Mama, Vicky Owodule. Is she there? Okay, can you play Mama?
Hello everyone, this is Victoria Owodune, aka Mama. And what do I remember about Tunji? There's so many things I remember about Tunji, and this video will not be enough for me to do all of them. You see, Tunji and I were born exactly 24 days apart, the very same year. I was born April 1st, Tunji was born April 24th. And we had this ritual, maybe that's what I would call it, that on my birthday, when he called me to wish me happy birthday, he would say, Aburo, happy birthday, oh, this and that, and I would say, who's your Aburo? I senior you, I'll be your mate. He will say, Shebi, I don't tell you, women know they all pass men for Oshu. We will start going through all of that. And then when it was his own birthday, we will go through the same thing over and over, year after year. And it was something we had fun with. Another thing about Tunji was his eating habits. Tunji will not finish a plate of food in one sitting. When we were in Old Road and we would be going to work, Tunji would start eating a plate of food. Probably he will eat half or sometimes maybe 1/3. And that one that he will eat will probably take him 30 minutes to eat it. And then he will cover it and save it and go to work. So it's when he returned from work now that he come and eat the rest of the food. And I would say, Tunji, which kind of life be this one? You not even fit sit down, finish a plate of food. Tunji would tell me, no, I can't eat like that, this and that, this and that. So that was Tunji. I guess that's why he remained so slim, because that's the best way to eat gradually, So then Tunji, everybody knows this one. All of us, his friends, know this one. Speak Yoruba to Tunji. Tunji will never reply you in Yoruba. He will reply in English. But that is not to say he didn't understand every single thing you said. But he will manage it in a way that he will add some Yoruba to it. And the way he would do it is Shebi, that thing you talk about, Abi, what do you think? Then if it's somewhere he's joking with you or disagreeing with you, he will say, Abi, your head is not correct, me. Abi, you have drunk pitoni. Maybe it's pito that is worrying you. She not be saying something they do you. That was Tunji. In fact, it was in his mouth that I first heard people talking like that, mixing such Yoruba with English. Now it's everybody says it everywhere. It's the norm now. And for me, Tunji started it, but before him, I never heard it anywhere else. And the other thing is that I can't remember when Tunji got angry about anything. If he was upset about something, if he didn't like something, he would show his displeasure by smiling.
And we know what you wanted to say. Play back one more before we come back into the hall. And this time, it's Clarion Chukura. Also sent in a little piece. Let's hear what Clarion has to say. Thank you.
My name is Clarion Chukura, and I am sending this tribute out for Egbon Tunji Fatilewa. I remember him from the first day that I entered this industry. That was October 6th, 1979. I came to NTV Ibadan to participate as a member of a crowd scene for a production of Jumoke Payne. And I met him. And through my time as a freelancer at NTV Ibadan, into NTA Ibadan, Bode Showande's Odu Themes, Dr. Professor Bode Showande's Odu Themes, and University of Ibadan Performing Company. I knew him as a quiet man. My impression of him within the short time that I knew him personally, that was over a period of, 3 years, 79 to through to 82. Through to 82. He always came across to me as a dignified man, as a man who was full of creativity and self-respect. I do not have much to say about him because I did not have a personal relationship with him. But for me, I see him as a man who was there at my beginning. So my word today is that this is a great loss for everyone of us who knew him, who are members of this Ibadan, who got our teeth from Ibadan, and most especially his family. But we all know that there's a day for everybody. There's a day for everyone. We all will answer this call. And one hopes that when we do answer this call, people will rally around us, that we lived a good life, that we lived a life that needs to be celebrated, to be remembered for good, as he is being remembered for good today, as he is being celebrated today. My heart goes out to his family, and I say the Lord is our strength. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Clarion. Thank you so very much. I'd like to just say the last three ladies who came on not only presented what we've seen, recorded and sent to us because they're not in the country, but they actually donated very generously in making this event happen. They donated financially, generously to make this event happen. So I'd like to thank them with a round of applause. Thank you. High Chief, now High Chief Laolat Bosu. High Chief Laolat Bosu is the High Chief of thank you. He's a High Chief of Agua Amadu. The only thing you pay, she's style you will see, and you will Agua Amadu. So High Chief, okay, I did. Anyway, High Chief, Ibadan lo wa ka lo lole ni mo so kun abe wo. Olóyè ọmọ gbọ́dọ̀ rí gbogbo láì wọ fìlà. Thank you. That's High Chief Laolu Olatibosu. Thank you for joining us.
Tunji was the most vocal critic of everyday news segment. Most people don't know, if you make a mistake, either in rendition, in pronunciation, Tunji will be the first to tell you, I disagree with you the way you do it. But Tunji, like we saw him, will do it smiling. So it doesn't hurt you. And when you do that, when he tells you this and that, take a look into it. And those who want to learn, will make adjustments accordingly. So that brought me closer to him, because in fact there was a time I was almost tempted to be submitting my scripts to him. Right? No! You see, some of my colleagues, I give my scripts to them to read, but they find it difficult to give their scripts to me to read. They think they look on as being inferior. Now when you correct my own scripts, and I do voiceover and it's edited and this, I sign out with my name. Follow all I've been reporting. So that as what I gained from some of the critics of Tunji Fatilewa. Since I left the arcade in 1988, I'm not too sure we met. I eventually moved to Federal Housing Authority. But one day I got a call from him and said, my name is Tunji Fatilewa. And he shouted. I think that was the second call. He gave me an appointment which would not be. And then there was a second call, and That was probably the last I remember the film. But anytime something is wrong, Tunji likes national discourse on issues and things like that. And anytime there is one, Tunji will be at the forefront to share his own opinion. I used to even think Tunji is from Delta State. Before that man, it is here today that I know Tunji is from the old Oyo State and the new Osun State. So Tunji is such a fantastic person, very hardworking, but there must be a way for each and every one of us to round up our activities in this world. And so when Smollett was telling us how his own came about, I just said, there will always be a story to tell. But one thing I wanted to ask us to please take note is that this group, whether you belong to programs or you belong to news or you belong to engineering, is a group with a tendency to be diminishing every day. So please, when we are planning this kind of thing, please get everybody involved. Let's stop this segmentation of news and current affairs, programs and engineering, so that when we have quite some good moments to share, we share together, and when we have another good moment to share, we also share together. My condolences to the family and to each and every one of us here. Please, so rest in perfect peace.
We appreciate you for that. Thank you very much. I'd like to call Shola Fosudo, Kowa Soro Professor. Oh, the professor, Ariwa. Professor, àwọn náà léèyàn a ní pòfẹ́sọ̀ méjì wọlé ló tún wà mẹ́rin àná ọ̀rẹ́ wa tún ni wọ́n lè náwó sẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ kan sáànù rẹ̀. olóòtú tí aláàjọ bá lè wọlé wá notice pé tóun bá dọ̀tán àti jìdé lè lò.
ṣé dọ̀bálẹ̀ lọ ní kí n máa dìde so kí n ṣe ẹjọ́ mi o. Thank you very much. I wasn't scheduled to speak, so I didn't really prepare this anything. But if I'm going to say anything at all, I would recall the influence that Tunji Fatilewa had on my acting career. I came from Lagos. And growing up, I used to watch a lot of Indian and Chinese films in those days. So I don't know whether you know Amitabh Bachchan. He was my favorite Indian actor, and as a young boy at that time, I really wanted to, be like him. So eventually I went to Ife. When I got to Ife, the kind of training there, the kind of plays we did, do a play like Morontodo, Kumumi, and they ask you to play Fayaka. There's no way you can act like Amitabh Bachchan, Fayaka's role. The girls are not to blame, all those kind of things. So I didn't have the opportunity to do the kind of acting I wanted to do like Amitabh. Well, when I finished my program in Ife, I didn't go back to Lagos. I came to Ibadan. Felix Omuni was my colleague at Ife. And I came to live with him. We were living together at Iwo Road. And Tunji Fatilewa and Felix were neighbors. So we were always together. Even at Ibadan. I was looking for the offices of my friends in that corner. And I didn't see anything. I said, what happened? This guy should not be that. So even here at NTA, I was still looking forward to my Amitabh acting. I got a few roles in the kind of TV dramas they did here at that time, theater on the screen. So it is still that same type of acting, even though it was TV drama, but theater on the screen. So it is not still the kind of Amitabh acting that I was looking forward to. Until
TCOS or the BCOS, and he wrote a script titled Down 779 Lane, and they invited me to play the lead role. And for the first time, I saw a script with action. It was a thriller. So I had the opportunity to do the Amitabh. And I hear that drama, program was shown almost every year at BCS for many years. True or false? I heard that they were repeating Down 779 Day because it was indeed a thriller. So I respect my friend, my brother, Tunji Fatilewa. There are so many stories around our friendship. I don't want to bore you with and the time that I heard that he was ill, and when we spoke, how he was speaking, I was really depressed until small letter called me that he was in coma. And after a few days, he called again that he had passed away. May Tunji's soul rest in peace. He's a great, script writer. And I pray that God will repose his soul peacefully. In Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, Amita Shola, or Sholi. Orúkọ ẹ̀rọ ọjọ́ ẹni àdọ̀dọ̀ Ṣọ̀lé Abíjípa Bẹ́sẹ̀ Amita Ṣọ̀lé. Thank you very much. I was spoken about Tunji. Tunji and I, of course, we first met here in the late 70s, early 80s, 80s. I was with the Universal Performing Company. And Tunji was there, so I used to, of course, we were doing theater on the screen with Mr. Laulu Guni, in that era. We had, I used to play, of course, some of the major roles coming out of the Performing Company, Sam Loko, Clarion Chukura, Madai Olatite, Joke Muiwa, most of others. Of course, I featured in Coco Close and some of those plays, and I wrote for Why Worry and some of those other series. And then we eventually met up in TSOS. And we had as from Ayo Fashoros, he was our manager programs. From his contribution earlier, you remember he mentioned that in the drama unit, we had our head of unit was Polusho Adediba, and Tunji and I were the next of kin. And we had a subtle competition going on between us. I wasn't very competitive. Tunji was. Because Tunji, as we all know, was very fastidious about things. He had to get things done, particularly his own way. And I was a bit not exactly fastidious, And but we were compared, understandably, because we were the two guys in the unit. And he was doing his drama, I was doing my drama. I remember a little aside, in spite of the fact that Tunji was a bit of the gung-ho, it must happen, and I'm always like, it will happen, if it will happen. So, but it happened, I can't come and die. But coincidentally, it turned out that the very first drama, I can't even remember the title now, that was aired on TSOS was mine. It was my play. I wrote it and directed it. Because, he was, as I said, he was the official recognized serious person. I was the less recognized. As I said, I'm going to be telling you a lot of the stories that
the Farumbi's 80th birthday. I'm not sure what to buy. Because, as I said, he discovered a lot of us, not just me, of course. All of us. But everybody has his own story. My own is interesting. I will tell it to everybody. So Tunji and I had that chemistry, and yet we never fought over anything. We never struggled, but we were just there edging each other, and he was doing his things, I was doing my things, and he kept me on my toes, I must say, because he was the benchmark, for seriousness, for diligence, for, the production meetings. Of course, he would be there ahead of me. And he will leave after I've left. So there was always the kidney washing unity or when the unity, the watchman by the watchman, but he was a born again in those days. He was very straight. He had little time for the extracurricular activities, which allowed him to get things done on time and diligently. And he was, as I said, very fastidious. But the thing is, as we grew older, especially after the TSOS years, of course I went out earlier. I got on the streets and I was doing commercial jobs. And we started working together, collaboratively, particularly because he was in Abuja. I used to get a lot of briefs. My main stay was producing commercials and documentaries for some of the biggest brands, especially when the telecoms also came. And we needed to shoot across the country. So Tunji used to line produce for me in Abuja a lot. All of my projects in Abuja, Tunji, of course, will help me line them up and fix them. I even stayed in their house sometimes with Desola. And as it turned out, our children started growing together, attended the same schools. His last baby, for instance, and Tolani and my last baby were classmates at Babcock and all of that. So we had this family interaction, and then we got closer at the family level. When my wife retired from the tribune, she went into jewelry making and Asho, IB and so forth. Such that when Tunji's first son was to get married in Ota, she was the one that did all the Asho IB and all of that. And so she and Desola have become friends forever. And so it's when I eventually heard about his illness, I didn't hear on time until Smollett called me to say I should work when Yodo Nidak, one of our other colleagues in broadcasting in Oshu, passed on months ago. And so he called me to say, did I hear anything about Tunji? I said, I hadn't. We haven't spoken. Oh, we spoke, or rather we sent all those, those greetings. Happy Sunday, Happy New Month, and he didn't tell me there was anything to be unhappy about, until Smollett just then mentioned, and then I called him. We talked, and he told me everything that happened, and from then on, of course, I started keeping up and talking to him and cheering him up and encouraging him until the final days. So Tunji, we'll be missing you forever, but you are resting away from the pains that these earthly challenges cause all of us, and yet we don't want to die. Hey, we ain't ready. Thank you. Let's hear a more passionate rendition of this eulogy from Tajuddin Najimuddin from the US.
Erinwo erin ò léǹde wo àjànàkú bó ṣe sùn lẹ́bọ̀ọ̀lọ̀. Kòwé kan ké kòwé ọ̀hún ọ̀há. Ọmọ Fatilewa ti rèwàlẹ̀ àṣà. Látúnjí ọmọ Fatilewa ooo. Bó o bá ti gbóhùn mi ni ó dìde torí dìde 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 láṣọ olúgbọ́n. Látúnjí ọkọ Désọlá ooo. Bó o bá ti gbóhùn mi ni ó dìde torí dìde 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 láṣàrẹ̀sà kó tó rèwàlẹ̀ àṣà. Gbogbo mi tó jẹ́ ṣe bẹ́lẹ́dà rẹ̀ jẹ́. Báàfin Smọ́lẹ̀ Tàlàmú, Folúṣọ́ Adédìgbà, Sànyà Fádípẹ̀, Rẹ̀mí Ìjírígò, Táíwò Ọ̀jẹ́wándé, Wọlé Oyèbánjí, Ayọ̀ Fáṣọrọ̀, Tẹ́lẹ̀ Ọ̀pákúnlé, Fẹ́mi Ọlájídé, Ládi Alọ́ba. Gbogbo yín lẹ ní kí n lọ́gun tó bóyá ọmọ Fatilewa jẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ sì mọ̀ pé bí mo lọ́gun dòní dọ̀la Túnjí ò lè jí mọ́. Ó ti dewúrẹ́ jẹlẹ́jẹlẹ́, ó ti dàgùtàn jẹmọ̀jẹmọ̀. Látúnjí Fatilewa, Ìṣọ̀lá òpó múlẹ́rọ̀ mọ́jà lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ọmọ wọn lóṣù àtàkùmọ̀sà, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀ṣà òṣèré onílé obì. Ọkọ Adésọlá ọmọ wọn Lísàbí, àwọ̀ Adétóyè ṣe Ṣítú Àlàmú, Smọ́lẹ̀ Tàlàmú ọmọ wọn lóṣogbo Òròkí Àsálà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣàríyànjiyàn tí Túnjí bá ń gbọ́ ọ lẹ́nu tìjà kọ́, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í ṣọ̀yájú. Látúnjí ń dọ́gbọ́n wá bí ó ṣe kọ́gbọ́n nínú tó fẹ́ sọ ni. Túnjí Fatilewa ilé ìbò fìtìfìtì. Bí Túnjí bá ń fẹ́ ìbò sọ̀rọ̀ àdàbí ká pọ́n lẹ́nu lá. Àmọ́ gbogbo fìtìfìtì ọ̀hún lórí ahọ́n lásán ni. Àti fún àtẹ̀dọ̀ ọmọ Fatilewa, ìṣe àti àṣà Yorùbá ní ń bẹ lódò okùn rẹ̀. Lóòótọ́ alẹ́pẹ́ Túnjí ò dàgbà tó. Àmọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba tó dá wa, Ọlọ́run ọba tó mọ̀ wá, òun ló mọ̀ wá ló mọ̀ wá, òun ló mọjọ́ tó dá fún kálukú wa. Láìsí tàbí ṣùgbọ́n, you will all agree with me pọ́mọ Fatilewa ò ṣánkú. Adéṣọlá mo kí ọ, ó kú lédè ọkọ rẹ. Bàbá Tóbi, bàbá Adébọ́lá, bàbá Tọ́lání ti lọ. Àtàwa àtẹbí àtàrà Fatilewa àtiwọ àtàwọn ọmọ rẹ, a ò ní ṣòfò ẹ̀mí mọ́ gbogbo wa, ẹja sàmì ẹ̀. Ayé àtijọ́ ni wọ́n lẹ́yìn ààyè àpàlà ò sí ìlú èbó. Lóde òní hip hop nìkan kan ní bẹ́ńbẹ́. Àti ń jó dùndún àti fújì àtàpàlà àti sákárà, kódà bó o fẹ́ jómóló tó ìdórí iṣẹ́ ń wẹ́lẹ́. Orin gbogbo, ijó gbogbo, ìlú gbogbo ní bẹ́ńbí gbogbo. Èyí tẹ́ ń gbọ́ yìí láti ìlú Atlanta in the state of Georgia nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ni mo ti kéwì ránṣẹ́. Ọdún ń pẹ́ díẹ̀ tá a ti ń bẹ́ńbí. Ọlátúnjí lèmi náà ń jẹ́, ojúlówó ọ̀rẹ́ lèmi pẹ̀lú Túnjí Fatilewa látàyè TSOS. Ǹjẹ́ kó má dàríyànjiyàn bí n bá lọ tán ni mo ṣe fẹ́ júwe lé wa. Ọlátúnjí Nájímùdín lèmi ń jẹ́. Ìbàdàn ni wọ́n sì ti bí mi. Ọmọ Ọjà'ba ni mí nílùú Ìbàdàn downtown. Èmi lọ́mọ àrà aláṣà ọmọ Ògún ẹlú, ọmọ àkú oníjùmọ̀, ọmọ àkú tó bímọ mẹ́fà lóòjọ́. Wọ́n ní bó ló ṣe jẹ́, oníbà bá ṣe láya tó láṣẹ ń bímọ. Ọmọ àkú tó gbààwẹ̀ lókè ọjà, ó rè sàlẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú lọ sínú, ó sínú tán, ó fi tọ̀tún tòsì káàdì ẹ̀ bọ̀ bí onífá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò jí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò rà, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọn ò fún, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò rí he. Níbo lọmọ àkú ti rí? Ó fògbójú gbà lọ́wọ́ bàbá ńlá bàbá wọn ni. Mo gbé ìyún tì gẹ́dẹ́gbẹ́ náà, ìyókù tún dọjọ́ míì. Àárín ni lóde àbèrè, bàbá rí ni lóde àmọ́ béèrè. Túnjí Fatilewa ó dàrìnà kò, ó dojú àlá, ó dọ̀run alákejì. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ là ń bá láòrà bí kójọ́dún ó pẹ́ fáwa tá a kù ńlẹ̀. ikú béèrè jẹ́ Túnjí Fatilewa ọ̀jẹ̀ mọ́ o ìgbà ló padà á ṣe pera ẹni tí fi jẹ́ ikú béèrè jẹ́ ọmọ Fatilewa ọmọ kọ́ ọmọ jẹ́ mọ́ o ìgbà ló padà á ṣe pera ẹni tí fi jẹ́ mo tún bí yín àní ikú béèrè jẹ́ Túnjí Fatilewa ọmọ jẹ́ mọ́ o ìgbà ló padà bó la ṣe pera ẹni tí fi jẹ́ ikú béèrè ọba gbogbo jẹ́ ọmọ kan ọ̀jẹ̀ mọ́ o ìgbà ló padà bó la ṣe pera ẹni tí fi jẹ́.
Thank you. That was by Tunji Najimudeen. Thank you very much from Georgia, Atlanta. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, my name is Iyabo Anoni, a very good friend and colleague of Tunji Fatilewa in the 70s at NTA drama group Ibadan. Also at the UI Odu teams performing theater group of that of Professor Bodishivandi. We were together for a long period, and he was very nice, a kind-hearted person, very good at performing his duty, very jovial, very accommodating. He was jovial in the sense that whenever he heard anything about the Ijesha dialect, he always went bananas hearing the dialect, knowing fully well that it wasn't raised here. It was raised in Ghana, making it difficult for him to understand Yoruba, not to talk of Ijesha dialect. But he understood English very well. If you speak Yoruba to him, Tunji will answer you back in English. That's the kind of person he was. Well, be that as it may, it's so sad to hear that he passed on, because I left him in 79 for a greener pasture at NTA, and ever since I came back, we were not opportune to see each other up till the time I was told that he passed on. It's so sad. So sad. Whenever I remember what he loved hearing from me, and that's this, song of this Ijesha, Ijeshas that will say, Ijesha re arogunyo, Yeso gbodo fo komo obokun ria, Ijesha re arogunyo, Yeso gbodo fo komo obokun ria. It was arogunyo then, but now aromiyo. But Tunji was always in love with that song. I would want us all to know that though Tunji left us, but he lives on. And we all pray for his soul to continue to rest peacefully in the bosom of the Almighty God. That is the song that I would want us to learn from, that I will pass on to you. And it goes thus. Òwú ni ká jẹran lẹ́nu kó pẹ́, òun fa ọ̀nà fún ni kò jẹ́, kò sóhun tó dùn tí kò ní tán, àjòkòdùn kò nílé má relé, ilé ayé àjò máa ní bó pẹ́ títí kódà bóyá dèdè wá ó relé orí ńlá kò máa ní pátán ìgbín kò máa ní wòrun gbogbo ohun tó ń dán kọ́ ni wúrà o ẹ̀sọ̀ láyé gbà o ilé ayé àjò máa ní bó pẹ́ títí kódà bóyá dèdè wá ń relé aláǹtakùn tó ta wò títí ẹbí mi pé aṣọ kí ló fi run ọmọ kò má lè láṣọ títí kó lákìsà tó bàbá tó bí ilé ayé àjò máa ní bó pẹ́ títí kódà bóyá dèdè wá ń relé ọ̀rọ̀ ló fọ̀rọ̀ aráyé ẹ gbọ́ tí ẹ fi bọ́kà nínú ọkà kì máa ìjọkà ohun tó ń jọkà lọ́kà ń jẹ ilé ayé àjò máa ní bó pẹ́ títí kódà bóyá dèdè wá ń relé ilé ayé àjò máa ní bó pẹ́ títí kódà bóyá dèdè wá ń relé. Thank you, everyone. I want us all to learn from that when you die, you go. Nobody can come back, and nobody has ever come back to say, this is how it is over there. But we should not all be sad. We should be happy for him that he has done well. It is well with him. Adieu, Tunji. Bye now.
Tunji Fatilewa, a great TV scriptwriter, TV director, the disciplinarian. We must get it right all of the time. No half measures. Oh my God, Tunji Fatilewa, you won. We must deliver at every point in time. Today I honor you with this little piece, which I title An Ode to Tunji Fatilewa. In our flight of fancy, we meet with fantasies. Though we clamber the walls of fame, though we fly so wide apart, though we stray those paths so long and far between, there comes a time we must come home to roost. Home where our reminiscences springing forth brings to the fore our humble beginnings, evoked in a convolution of dreams. Dreams, though thick and thin, makes us who we are today. Alas, our dear Tunji Fatilewa is a subtle reminder of our humble start. And now we come together to hearken to his home call. Yes, it is Tunji Fatilewa's home call that has brought all of us together, our feet pointing in the direction of home. Home, Ibadan. Ibadan, our ancestral dome. Tunji Fatilewa. We are gathered here today, but he who brought us together is nowhere near to bid us welcome. Is that not ironical? You instigate
our gathering. You instigate the gathering of us all, and you are nowhere near to receive the hugs and the handshakes. Tunji Fatilewa, who is to bid us welcome? Who is to bid all and one welcome? Who, dear Tunji Fatilewa? I have searched. I have searched and searched. I have scanned and scrutinized the crowd. Yet, I cannot spot your face among them. My dear TF, this your flight of fancy is hardly the fantasy I crave. I cannot fathom it. I cannot fathom it. Could this be one of your pranks? Or could this be a mere hide and seek game? Where are you? Come out from hiding, Joe. I'm yet to believe you have surreptitiously slipped off and are already at heaven's gate. Brave, gallant, well, perhaps. However, this flight of fancy you have braved is hardly the fantasy that we had craved. Well, good night, dear friend. Shall meet again on the other side. Good night. Shall meet again certainly. However, not yet so soon, as we must tarry to accomplish our God's-given task here on earth. Meanwhile, we wish you a restful and peaceful stay with God, the Creator, whose summon we yield. Good night, and rest in peace.
Good day, everyone. This tribute to my friend and professional colleague, Olatunji Fatilewa, I am doing by dedicating to his memory my debut song single titled Sheurere. I believe Olatunji Fatilewa, represents the values and the virtues espoused in this song. The song tells us that we have but a short time to traverse this journey of life. And while we are here, we should remind ourselves constantly that we have a higher home to return to. And so during our sojourn, we should not concentrate all our life's efforts on amassing wealth and all such mundane material considerations. But our life should be exemplified by doing good in all ramifications of it. Tunji lived to fulfill his life's destinies. A creative soul, he touched thousands and millions of souls through his works. And so I'm dedicating this song, Sheurere, to my friend, my brother, my professional colleague, Tunji Fatilewa. May his wonderful, beautiful soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.
My friend, tell yourself, make I enjoy you before I die. You smile to yourself, make I make my millions. Then we go and be because you. I said, I said to show it. I said to show it. Every day, show it. That's all over. Show it. Every one of them, show it. Every day, show it. What do you want to do, my friend? Well, you never do for this world of Lagos. Remember, fools are dying. Your guys are lived to. So do the little good you think you do and give your life to Jesus. And he said, I start to show it. I start to show it. Every day. That's all over. Everyone again. Everyone. Emma Tony, I fell young. Can't go for a meal. Stand up for rules. You don't look at what you do. My friend, you tell yourself, make I enjoy you before I die. You smile to yourself, make I make my billions. Then we know who I be, and they go see you. I said, I start to show it. I start to show it. Every day, show it. That's the Lord, show it. Everyone, show it. Get the road, show it. Am I doing a value? Show it. Get the for a meal. Show it. Am I doing a value? Show it. Get the for a meal. Show it. And she said, show it. Get the water. Show it. Get the water. Show it. Get the water. Show it. You don't know the water. Show it. You don't know this one. Show it. And she said, show it. Get the water. Show it. Get the water. Show it. Get the water. Show it. Show it. I love you, boy. Show it. Show it. It's a new boy. Show it. Show it. But your boy, boy. Show it. Show it. Yeah. Show it. You don't know why. Show it. Show it. Abafela. Show it. I love you, boy. Show it.
Hello, this is Dele Ajayi. I'm calling in to contribute my tribute on behalf of Tunji Fatilewa, who was one of my able lieutenants at the NTA Theatre when we started it, as one of the producers and actors. Tunji was very enthusiastic about his craft and about acting, and especially about writing. He was more of a writer than he was of an actor. He was more interested in the creative side of production, and he plunged right in when we started, I believe in 1979, when we started the theater. He was one of the original members of the group, and we worked together very closely. I produced and I directed the production of his play Torrents of Soweto, which was successfully received widely across the country. and so many other productions, because Tunji was a prolific writer. It was a very sad news for me to hear that he had passed, because I wasn't aware that he was sick in the first place. Tunji was a very dynamic young man, a very creative genius, and very likable, very sociable, very polite, and never would speak Yoruba. One of those things I remember about him.
She complained to me of being raped.
Raped?
Yes.
Goodness. Who did?
By the sergeant.
The sergeant? Just look at this.
God.
I mean, this is atrocious. I mean,
This is bad.
God, we have to find this out. Look, imagine raping such a small girl.
Shit.
Look, has she been treated?
No, the sergeant came back for another search and we managed to overpower him. We knocked him unconscious.
That's great, baby.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Oh, that's right. He must be dead. That's right. Hey, take her down to the camp for treatment. Quick. Look, you see, this is awful. We have to. Come on, let's go. We have to plan out something. Come on, let's go. All right. We have to plan out something. This is bad. This is rubbish.
It is confirmed, sir. Sergeant's body was found in the Abaniki's house, sir.
I see. I see. That woman is going to suffer for this. Bring her here. Now, woman, for the last time, I repeat, for the last time, what do you know about the death of the sergeant?
I know nothing about it.
You know nothing?
How could I? When you took me in chains?
Good. Corporal?
Yes, sir.
Take her away. You understand?
Yes.
Take her away. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Take her away.
Attention! Hop and land on your toes, everybody! Come on, do it! Hop! Hey, you lady, come on! Hop! Higher! Higher! Higher!
Have you heard anything about your mother?
Higher!
No, not yet.
You know, come on!
See where the people are. I think Makubo should come today. When she comes, we should know what to do. Okay, when Makubo comes back, then we'll know what's going on in here. Okay, that's right.
Come on, quick!
Everybody, up!
Do it!
Good.
Come on!
Yes. Come on. Hey, what is it? What is it? That killed mother. Impossible.
I told you. They're bad.
But why? Why should this happen? Why? I mean, these people are bastards.
Take it easy, brother. Take it.
Never. Take it. You have to take it like a man.
Surrender everybody, all of you. All of you. Now move backwards. Move, I spray you. Ndabanigi, out this way. Out here. Here.
God, come on. Action! Everybody.
God. Come on.
Ndaba. I've always told you, these people are no good. They are too wicked. I told you before. I told you. Oh. Dad. Harold. Hey. My mother's dead. My grandfather died in the torture chamber. Dad was killed from the bullet of the white bastard. My comrades were wiped out. God. But the revolution has started. A revolution, they say, is like the proverbial forefinger.
with journeys for a dip of palm oil. Why don't you come and smell others with the predicament? How the revolution has started. It has started, yes. Our offspring shall remember this day, and it shall continue until we get our freedom. Hey! We must have had a shooting. God, I wouldn't die in the hands of any bastard. No! I wouldn't let any white bastard get hold of me. I will join my comrades. Comrades, today I come.
With all due honor and privilege, I hereby invite to the microphone our Oga, Dr. Ambassador Yemi Farobi, to come and share his thoughts with us. A round of applause, please, for Oga. Thank you, sir.
Please be seated. It has to be Tunji Fatilewa for all of you to be gathered here. It has to be him for me to see some of you that I haven't seen for years. And there is a reason. He's an unusual person. I had the privilege of meeting him. And some of you came along with him there from Ife. We were trying to do some experiment with the content of our programs on LTV. We thought we could have better programs, particularly drama. NTA that tried to have a drama competition, which we thought we won, because of the kind of content of our script. But which they gave to NTA Sokoto, that was my view, because it was drama, romance, and love. And so we thought we had to do something unusual. So we started looking for unusual people to give us unusual drama. Of course, we've been doing very well with Awada, Alawada, Ashipa, and all of that. But we are still anxious to have something different. And somebody told me if I went to Ife, they had a diploma in drama course or something like that. I think they also had a certificate course. That I will find unusual brains there. And I'm happy that Professor Sorido remembers the Inamindi where they were living there. And they're okay. I'm happy to see Becky Musa speaking from US. I'm happy to see Victoria Woodley, I think was part of it. Felix was part of it. And like Yomi said, was in and out, dealing with Aki Levis. And they did unusual things. But what attracted me most to Tunji, I never had a relationship of GM and staff with Tunji at all. All three was my friend. He had free access to my office and my home. And you all know Tunji is a great critic. And I said, yeah, what do you think you are doing? He had, you've approved X, Y, Z. Doesn't make sense. And I look at him and I listen to him. out of that madness came torrents of Soweto. Because he thought that drama ought to do more than what we were doing. Talking of one boyfriend, one girlfriend, and all of that. It can be a vehicle for radical revolution of thoughts and of minds. So he came one day and he said, okay, I'm going to do torrents of Soweto. I said, hey, you and Sonny Okosu, you. And he did. So I was happy to have seen the photograph there. I remember we tried to publish the script. Coming here today, I was looking very frantically whether I would still find a copy. When I found a copy, I was saying, and all of you shared one thing in common. You made Yemi follow me. And that's why when Yemi told me, would you come? I was not thinking of Yoruba Day, Yoruba people, you see their old job. I said, this is my friend. He was never my staff. He was my friend. He had a radical approach to broadcasting, particularly when it came to looking for content, talking of drama, talking of youth drama to change the society. Talking of using drama to crusade for necessary changes that you need in this society. One day, we talked about theater of the screen. And those who created the idea, Okushi was one of them. We gave the slot to Laulu Guduji, but it wasn't the creator. Those who created the thought were saying that place. And when I come out of my car in the morning, that's the first place I visit. Because that was where I got the frank talk about what I was doing and what I was not doing right. Lewis, Felix, Selena. I say I can still remember some of them. And they would tell me things I was not doing right. You are free with me. I had one accident in this station one day. One evening, all the cameras in this station went dead. We couldn't do news. Either in the big studio or the newscasting studio, anywhere, there was no camera working. My good friend Tunji came to me and said, Sherry, he doesn't speak Yoruba like you do. You just see yourself. Ordinary news, you couldn't get camera to do it. After they said one IC got burnt, he said, oh, one IC got burnt in all the cameras when they are not integrated together. There's human IC that got burnt. It's not technical IC. I can say it today. I didn't know I would have to say it in his absence. But it's here. He told me where they kept the IC. The engineers that were quarreling, there was a quarrel between Joby and Nasaki. Struggle for leadership. And some of the staff just removed the ICs, not the camera. That was the end of the day. No news. But they were there and then they knew what was happening. So it led me to, we used to have this air conditioning thought. So it led me to where they kept it. Because he saw them keeping it. So I carried the ICs and went back to the office and kept quiet. So the bosses came and said, we have to buy new ICs. And they gave me a bill for buying one. And I looked at them and I said, don't worry, I'll buy the IC myself. So when they came back, I gave them theirs. So go and fix. That's the kind of relationship I have with him. He watched my back. I don't know. It was later on, I asked myself, so maybe we met somewhere in the world before. Some of you here, I look at you and begin to think we met somewhere before we came here. Because the relationship becomes so. I know about you, pollution, I know how we met. That was before you came here. I didn't even know you were going to come here at all. We met, and then we met here. Until Yomi told me one day, no, he was even bad performing. I can swear there was part of them in that. Don't believe in you. That story you just said. He's a rebel. Felix, you're also a rebel. There are too many rebels, but they gave this station an image which I carry today. So, Tunji, you are my friend, and you remain my friend until we meet again, because surely we meet again. Ìkàdé àwòrán ọmọ òṣùmọ̀ ìkàdé àmàrí Fatilewa bọ̀. I can't believe it. To me, it's like all of you can never die. And believe it, you cannot die. Because so long as you live in the minds of those you leave behind, you never will die. What's your right, honorable? Yes, are your passion? You know, some of you also drifted to TSO. I don't know why you find it something. I know you are being harassed here. When I left this place, it's a story for another day. Yes. Some of you contributed money to have a send-off for me. They say you cannot have a send-off. Those used to be rolling boys. So they started posting them everywhere and everywhere. Somehow, TSOS came and walked in there and gave it an image. One of my greatest regrets in this world, they are very able to make TSOS a lasting dream. I remember some of you know, was this something called TDR? No, Good Morning, that was TSOS. Here we did Good Morning Nigeria. And I remember WG dragging me away from just trying to bring a story so that we can get to Good Morning Nigeria. They had an accident on the way and the car was right up. And one accountant was telling me that you should go and do insurance. I said, insurance. Somebody go carry me story. He has accident on the way, you're talking insurance, go and buy him a new car. If there's problem, put my name on. Some of the reckless things I was doing as GM, Tunji, you come to my house. I will discuss. You tell me anything. I've got a number of you. Some of you could tell me anything when you meet me on the corridor. But Tunji will come to my office and tell me. Today, I salute his courage. I salute his creativity. I salute his innovative. I salute the fact that he was committed. I didn't give him any assignment. Total committed, like all of you. So I'm using you all, and on behalf of all of you, to say goodbye to him. Because you all stood by him. It was through him I met his father. Some people thought I met him through his father. No, I didn't know his father. It was him I know. And I'm happy that he was my friend, and he's still my friend even if he's dead. And know, I have a difficulty. When I like somebody so much, it's difficult for me to talk in past tense. It's like when I talk about dollar, I never can use past tense. I still be talking as if I will meet you tomorrow because I still believe I will meet you tomorrow. I salute all of you for what you have done today. I think it's the greatest honor you can do to yourself. It is not for him. He's gone. The book of the preachers, Ecclesiastes, tells me in the last chapter, 2 verses to the end, that when a man dies, the owner of the soul takes the soul away. What you have with you is nothing. The mere carcass. So it's the essence of Tunji had gone 8 weeks ago. So what you are doing today is not really celebrating, it's celebrating yourself. Because it's worthy, it is because you are worthy. If you are not worthy, you won't be here. If you have nothing to offer, you won't be here. If you yourself are not great, you won't be here. If you are not great, you cannot recognize greatness. If you are not good, you cannot recognize goodness. If you are not excellent, you cannot recognize excellence. This is the truth. But because you recognize them in your prayer, because it is because you are good. Continue to be good. And on behalf of Tunji, I tell you, stay good. You meet sometimes. I don't know where, but surely we meet. You hear me? I thank you. The committee, I thought it is somewhere there. Yomila Yinka, Dele Muraki, you will be surprised. I'm going to do something about talking now. You have 68. Plus, but here, organizing this tribute stage, as I will talk to your Milayinka, very surprised. It's not the ordinary doctor, because he really read for it. He got it. We need to read his thesis to start wondering, this one, is this playwright or political theory? Dele Mulaki, your small and my big letter. I salute you today, I told you today, I regret that you never became my DJ. I hope I have an opportunity to make amends. Ambassador, you look at me, Diamond. When I was in the Philippines and I was having typhoons 27 times a year, once there is a typhoon and I got a call, I need to start checking after me. You know, Major, Prince today Laoye, Larry Laniya, who is doing a collection to remind all of us of what you all have contributed to theatre world. Ayo Babagidi, Mama Raya Square, who never sleep. He doesn't know how to walk during the day, except at night. But not doing what you think. Ayo Thomas, Buddy. Answer that one. That alone in jail. Answer him. Stephen Ogundele, Mrs. Adepeju Davis. And my good friend, waking up in the middle of the night, telling me something creative, something artistic, something about Yoruba, something about Yoruba means I've been in Nigeria. Tunji Abdulade will wake up. And he give you all his time. I'm proud of you always. A lot of you are here, including the wife of, I think my sister married my brother. Tunji allowed it. My sister married my brother. I wanted to go there. Tunji said I should keep my mouth shut. And I kept my mouth shut. A lot of you are here today. I thank you sincerely for the honor you have done and duty you have done for yourself. Tunji can never die, so long as he keeps living in the minds of all of us. God bless you.
God bless you, sir. Hello, sir. Oh, the Baba. Baba. Always such a delight and a pleasure to be in his presence and to share moments like this with him. It's always been like this to us for the last 45 years. You know, I think I asked him, by the way, I used to run an interview program, and I once asked him, he was my guest on the show, and I once asked him, how come an admin person was the kind of GM that he was? You know, we hated admin people, but he was the only admin man I ever knew that everybody just loved. Whether engineers, whether news people, whether stock manager, you know, because he always had your back. He was Ashima Sympathisa. I'm going to be asking Toby Fatilewa, the Fatilewa dynasty. Toby has joined us from England. He's online. I hope we can have him now to give the vote of thanks. I spoke with the matriarch, Bisola, and we agreed that Toby will do the vote of thanks on behalf of the family. But before we go, I'm going to apologize to the friends of Tunji Fatilewa who organized this event. We did agree, one of us, I think it was Aki Louis, suggested that we seize this platform to make a special announcement. May I just mention the fact that just this morning, Isola sent me a message in which she said, oh, I hope I'm not troubling you, but could you send an account that I can put in some money in support of this program today? And let us please clap for her for even thinking of giving us money to organize this event. But of course, without thinking, I promptly responded to her and I said, no, you are not the one giving us money. We are the ones who intend to give you a little token as part of our contribution to the burial ceremonies. And the organizing group has therefore put together the sum of 1 million naira that we'll be sending to the family immediately after this event to support the burial ceremonies scheduled for the 9th and 10th of November. So on behalf of the friends of Tunji Fatilewa, numbering over 80-something, but 68 are listed here for a special reason. They were the participants in the organizing process. There were a few people that were on the platform but did not actively participate, and therefore we didn't think that they deserved to be listed. So, Toby, I see you online. The microphone is over to you. Thank you.
So hello everyone, good afternoon.
Thank you much for attending this very, very wonderfully organized event today. On behalf of my family, we would like to thank you for honoring my dad. As everyone has said today, I won't repeat. My dad was a very wonderful man, a loving father, one who really cared and put his family first. This has been very emotional for every one of us. And this event has just reminded me that it's very important to keep the friends that you make when you're young and starting off in life, because everyone that's gathered here today telling stories and just reminiscing on how great my father was were friends that he's made long time ago. Many of them have been part of us growing up as children as well. And we just thank you to all our wonderful uncles and aunties. We thank you for putting this event together, for all the time you spent, for sparing your time today, for spending money. And we're all very, very, very grateful from the bottom of our hearts. And we just thank you again. We pray that God will continue to honor you There were many jokes about Baba 70s and almost Baba 70s and Mama 70s. We pray that God will keep you all. You live very long, 80s, 90s, and God will continue to honor you. Your children will honor you. Society will honor you. And we just appreciate you again from the bottom of our heart on behalf of the Fatilewa family for the time you've spent today. God bless you all and have a wonderful day back to your various homes, and God bless you. Thank you.
Toba, thank you. God bless you. God bless Debola. God bless Tolani and your spouses and your children and your mom. May you all live to enjoy better days and years ahead of you. Thank you very much. As we wind down, for our friends online, we thank you once again for your kind attention. Lillian Agwebe, I can see you, I feel you. Thank you for joining. This other, thank you for staying on all of this. Your Victoria, everybody, thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen here, thank you very much for all your time and your attention, and especially your contributions that have all made this event a possibility. We thank you, particularly our suppliers who have also generously contributed to this event. We thank the management of NTA. Please, a round of applause. The zonal director is not here, but he has been very gracious. He gave us access. All our meetings, many meetings were held here. We were never halted. He gave us access to the use of the facilities, no charges. They've been very gracious. Thank you very much to the management. We didn't even know that they would give us news from there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good afternoon. We're shutting down. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.